My name is Dwight C. Whitney Sr., and I am a World War II veteran. Well, I was going to normal school in Machias, and I know, of course, World War II was on, and I wasn't too excited about going over there. I told my buddy that was going with me, I said, I'm going to get out of here, I'm going to join the Navy. So I joined the Navy, and about, I graduated from high school in 1943, and in the top 10 of my class too, but I think there was only 9 in my class. That wasn't too difficult. Anyway, so I joined the Navy, went up to boot camp up in upstate New York, and I went from there to Gulfport, Mississippi to Navy Engineering School, which is a wonderful school. And then from there I went to San Francisco, went aboard my ship, and started out into the Pacific. When we got aboard ship and for a little while we started out through under the Golden Gate Bridge, and I went into the Pacific Ocean, went to Guam, Saipan, Tinian. I think we were picking up people that were being trained. For the invasion we took on from U.S. Marines. My boat was 526 feet long, I think. I was a first loader on a twin 40mm aircraft gun on the last end of the ship. We were there one day, and my buddy was giving me the shells, and he passed one to me and he dropped it, fell on the deck and struck right on the point of the shell. And I jumped down, I grabbed it and I threw it over the side. My lieutenant saw me. What'd you do with that, Bob? I said, well, they're explosive ammunition, and I thought they might explode. And the skipper, he says, well, I want to tell you something. You might have saved the lives of everybody right there. There was about 6 shells that could explode, and the skipper was very good to me. When we were sailing west, we heard that the Indianapolis was sunk by Japanese submarines. We weren't too far behind them. My skipper called his boss and said, want us to go ahead and help pick up survivors? And he says, no, you got too many men aboard. You stay away. So we did. But we eventually were both going to the same place, going invasion of Japan, along with our big Navy task force, hundreds of ships. Why, I was up forward on my ship, and I heard this boom. Oh, thundering. And I looked up. Wasn't a cloud in the sky. I said, what the heck was that noise? Found out what it was, because there was a second atomic bomb that was dropped on Japan. The second bomb. Well, you're close enough to Japan. I heard that go on. Hard to believe. And I always credit President Harry Truman for saving my life, because probably I would have lost my life in that invasion. We had a good crew, nice place to sleep. We had some good cooks. I was checking my places that I had to keep stuff in, and I looked up on the wall on the shelf, and there was a big can of Wyman's blueberries right from here. Oh my God, I might have picked those things. And I went down to the cook. I knew him quite well. I said, would you do something for me? Well, maybe I can. She said, could you make me a pie out of it? He made several of them. Boy, they were good. Yeah, we had a rough time one day coming back we were in Guam, I think, and all of a sudden we heard that there was an earthquake in Alaska, and they told us, they said, you better get underway and head for Alaska from Guam. There's going to be some big waves. Those waves were 40 feet high, and the bow of that ship would go right underwater. I lost a couple of those boats right over the side. That was a scary time, I tell you. And then we come back into Los Angeles, and my buddy, I said, let's go to Hollywood. Got to Hollywood, and I was running down the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I ran into Gene Autry, and I knocked him down. I helped him up, and he was very good about it. I was glad to get home, no question about that. But, I look back and it was quite an experience, really. I worked 41 years for the Bank of Hydro. I retired as line superintendent. I have a wonderful wife and 5 wonderful children that we all work together and help each other out. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful time for us. We enjoy it so much.